June 20th is World Refugee Day, a day to stand with millions who have been forced to flee their homes. Today we'll explore its history, why it matters, and what the future may hold. Created to highlight the rights and dignity of refugees, the day brings the world together in solidarity. In the next 10 minutes, we'll trace its origins, its impact, and the challenges ahead. History, importance, future. Let's begin with how World Refugee Day started. It begins with the 1951 Refugee Convention, the legal cornerstone for refugee rights. 50 years later, the world marked that milestone, leading to a dedicated day. Now let's look back at key moments that shaped this day. History, coming up. The story of World Refugee Day begins in the aftermath of World War II. Responding to mass displacement, the international community created a foundational promise, the 1951 Refugee Convention. It was the first document to define who a refugee is and outline their rights. At its core was the principle of non-refoulement, a critical safeguard ensuring no one would be returned to a country where they faced persecution. This established the legal bedrock for global protection, but the global story has deep regional roots. Decades before a worldwide observance, the Organization of African Unity, or OAU, showed profound leadership. On June 20th each year, many nations observed Africa Refugee Day, an expression of solidarity for the continent's own refugee crises. Their 1969 convention even expanded the definition of a refugee. This movement, driven by local advocacy and the voices of the displaced, set a powerful precedent. Recognizing this powerful African precedent, the United Nations General Assembly took a historic step. On December 4, 2000, through Resolution 5576, it designated June 20th as World Refugee Day. The choice of date was a deliberate act of solidarity, honoring Africa's long-standing commitment. This act formally connected regional activism with the global legal framework, creating a single, unified day for international focus. The inaugural World Refugee Day in 2001 coincided with the 50th anniversary of the convention, symbolically bridging half a century of legal development with a new era of public awareness. The focus intentionally shifted from abstract principles to the tangible human experience. It became a platform for refugees to share their own stories of resilience and hope, putting a human face on the statistics and fostering global empathy. Since then, the day has become a cornerstone of humanitarian advocacy. Each year, UNHCR and its partners build campaigns around a specific theme, launching reports, fundraising for critical aid, and calling for concrete action like safe passage and resettlement. Activities are diverse, from film festivals in major cities to commemorative events in refugee camps. The most crucial element remains constant: amplifying refugee voices. Their testimonies, shared in parliaments and on social media, are powerful tools that inform policy and challenge prejudice. This journey, from a post-war treaty to a continent-wide movement to a global day of solidarity, shows that progress is born from the intersection of law, activism, and compassion. It's a history built not just in halls of power, but in communities that chose to act. But beyond the dates and resolutions, why does this day truly matter? Next, we'll explore the human side of these facts and see how this legacy of support unfolds in the present. World Refugee Day is far more than a date on the calendar. It's a global observance with profound significance, a moment to pause, reflect, and act. Its importance can be understood through 5 interconnected pillars. Let's explore each one. First, the day is a powerful tool for raising awareness, shining a focused light on why people are forced to flee. The causes are diverse: the brutal reality of war, persecution that strips individuals of their rights, and the escalating threat of climate change. Understanding these causes is critical, as each requires a different response. A family fleeing conflict needs safety, while someone displaced by a flood needs shelter. The scale is staggering. By mid-2023, over 117 million people were forcibly displaced, a number representing millions of individual stories of loss and resilience that demand our attention. Second, World Refugee Day fosters global solidarity. In a world marked by division, it calls on us to recognize our shared humanity. Solidarity begins with seeing refugees not as a monolith, but as individuals with unique skills and aspirations: teachers, scientists, and artists. This day reminds us to look past the label and see the person. This spirit is expressed in tangible ways, through fair asylum policies and communities that open their doors. It's seen in volunteer-led language classes and neighborhood welcome groups. It's about building bridges, not walls. Third, the day is a crucial platform for advocating for refugee rights, anchored in the 1951 Refugee Convention. This agreement defines who a refugee is and outlines the legal obligations of states to protect them. A cornerstone is non-refoulement, a guarantee that no one be returned to a country where they face danger. World Refugee Day is a moment to reaffirm these commitments. The rights are fundamental: the right to seek asylum, to safety, and to be treated with dignity. Protecting refugees is not charity, but a legal and moral duty. Fourth, the day highlights the importance of integration. When refugees can integrate, they don't just survive, they thrive, and so do their new communities. Integration is a two-way process. It requires refugees to adapt, but also demands host societies provide tools for success: access to education, healthcare, and meaningful work. The benefits are immense. When included, refugees fill labor shortages, start businesses, and enrich the cultural fabric of their new homes. Successful integration transforms a crisis into a story of shared growth and mutual enrichment. Finally, World Refugee Day inspires action. It's a catalyst for humanitarian mobilization, translating empathy into concrete support. This happens at every level. Governments pledge funding, NGOs deliver life-saving aid, and it empowers individuals to see they have a role to play. The call to action is clear. Donate to organizations providing shelter, volunteer your time, advocate for just policies, and learn the facts to challenge misinformation. Every action contributes to a global chain of support that restores dignity and offers hope. So, from raising awareness and fostering solidarity to defending rights, promoting integration, and inspiring action. These 5 pillars are why World Refugee Day matters so deeply. It provides a framework for understanding and a roadmap for response. But as the world changes, so do the challenges, which we'll explore next. As we look to the horizon, the future of World Refugee Day is a critical barometer of our collective humanity. It will be shaped by 2 powerful forces: the unprecedented scale of global displacement and the strength of our coordinated international responses. The challenges are immense, but so are the opportunities for innovation and solidarity. To understand what lies ahead, let's review the key trends defining the refugee experience in the 21st century. First is the trend of rising displacement. The forces driving people from their homes are more complex than ever, with protracted conflicts and the climate crisis creating a convergence of threats. This has pushed the number of forcibly displaced people to well over 110 million globally. This isn't just a statistic, it's a humanitarian crisis on a scale that strains our international aid and legal systems, increasing the urgency for smarter policies, sustainable funding, and robust resource allocation. In response, a second trend is the push for stronger refugee policies. World Refugee Day is a key advocacy platform, shifting focus from temporary aid to long-term solutions like the right to work, education, and healthcare. This allows for true integration. Initiatives like the Global Compact on Refugees guide this effort, promoting equitable responsibility sharing and creating legal pathways for resettlement. Such policy changes are essential to turn displacement into an opportunity for a new beginning. This leads to our third trend: increased global cooperation. No single country can address this global challenge alone. The future demands coordinated, multilateral action and equitable burden sharing, where countries work together to support major refugee-hosting nations. Partnerships are key, not just between governments, but also with the private sector and civil society organizations on the ground. This collaborative approach ensures that responses are faster, more efficient, and more sustainable for everyone involved. Fourth, the battle for hearts and minds continues through a focus on public awareness. In an era of misinformation, building empathy is critical. This involves integrating refugee stories and global citizenship into school curricula to cultivate compassion. Digital platforms have also become powerful tools. Social media campaigns can amplify the personal stories of refugees, allowing them to speak in their own voices, challenge xenophobic narratives, and mobilize a global audience to take action. The fifth key trend is the transformative potential of technology. Innovation is revolutionizing humanitarian aid. Biometric registration creates secure digital identities, while blockchain is piloted for transparent cash assistance, giving refugees more dignity. Mobile apps connect refugees with language learning, legal aid, and job opportunities, accelerating integration. Data analytics helps target assistance effectively, while simple messaging apps keep families connected and support remote education. Despite these trends, significant challenges remain. Humanitarian funding consistently falls short, while political resistance and the politicization of asylum are rising. The scale of modern crises can feel overwhelming, yet this is why World Refugee Day is vital. It is a global call to action, a moment to renew commitments and focus on solutions. The path forward requires stronger policies, climate resilience, and investment in technology and education. Every year, we can reaffirm our shared responsibility to build a future where all who flee can find safety and rebuild their lives. Next, how you can help and a short summary for quick use. World Refugee Day is a global moment of solidarity rooted in law and human dignity. It reminds us of our shared responsibility. You can help. Donate to accredited agencies, volunteer locally, advocate for fair policies, and educate others. Small actions together create big change. Check the links in the description for verified organizations and resources. Short version, readout. World Refugee Day, observed on June 20th, honors millions forced to flee their homes. Rooted in the 1951 Refugee Convention, the day highlights refugee rights and international responsibilities. Its importance lies in raising awareness, promoting integration, and inspiring action. As displacement rises, the day will be key to building cooperation and solutions. On World Refugee Day, we choose dignity, solidarity, and action. Join the movement. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Links in the description include verified ways to help.